to the Most High. We're listening to a talk show radio host and her guest here today, WTLC, and they're talking about what should we do now as a people, black people, to counteract what Project 2025 is doing to black people right now. What should we do as a community? Let's hear some of the ideas that they're giving Tina Cosby and Gigi. That's her name. She's one of the advocates for against DEI. Okay, let's listen.
We have economic shutdown protests that are going on. There are things we can do quietly within our own homes that we can still protest. Maybe we're not in the street, but it doesn't mean we still can't. We should be taking this time right now and stop. One of my favorite phrases to say is we need to stop being entertained and start getting educated. Mm-hmm. And so we can spend this time right now trying to educate ourselves as much as possible and being prepared for what might come up. Tina, we can start our own businesses. We can do our own things. We can grow our own wealth. I mean, we can look at while they're doing all this other stuff. Why can't we be doing things as Black people to build our own communities, build our own families? It's a time right now to spend. We're so disconnected even within our own families. Are we reaching out to build our families, our communities, our churches, all our organizations? There's so much need out there. I always say this, I promise it's true. Whenever adversity is going on, there is something else you could be doing to build and do to combat that. You can still make money even in a recession. You can. There's certain things that don't ever go away. You still need Morrisons. You still need healthcare people. You know what I'm saying? There's always something. But I think we have to be a little savvy and a little smart about doing something we've never done before. I think that we need to be creative. But I understand the fatigue. I understand the disillusion. Tina, I have my own moments. But then I look at something, I hear something, and I go, no, this is wrong. We just can't go for this. One group I think that has been eerily silent that I've been concerned about are our seniors. I've been very interested to know, if you notice, they've been eerily silent. I think maybe because as long as you don't bother their Social Security, they think if they don't bring it up, maybe he won't bother that. But we know that the Social Security Trust Fund is in danger as well.
Okay, just to stop her right there. Now she's criticizing the seniors, but you'll see as when I get a chance to pose them with a solution, you'll see it's she don't have a lot to say because really this they want to put the responsibility on the seniors when the seniors can do nothing. They can do nothing but keep the laws of the Most High God, come back to their covenant with the Most High, and repent from their sins. That's the only thing they can do. And then we have all these mixed messages from so-called leaders saying what we should do. And the first thing they want to do is point the finger at the seniors. They don't have their health and strength. They're not strong. They're sick. A lot of them. A lot of seniors have problems. Their friends and family members are no longer with them. They got to depend on you, strange thinking people, to take care of them. They don't know you. They don't know how you're thinking, and you pointing at them saying, "What are you doing?" What can they do? They can't work and make money. You don't want to listen to them talk. What can they do? I give you a solution, and let's see if you even comment on the solution I gave you for so-called black people. Let's listen.
Now that's a fact. And there's a lot of things that are going on within Social Security that are so unfair. Like a lot of people don't know this. But did you know if you make more than $186,000 a year, more than that, do you know you don't pay into Social Security?
Do what now?
Okay, let me explain it to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong on the exact number, but it's only people who make less than $186,000 a year pay into Social Security. All of those individuals who make more than that, like say you make $187,000, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That one extra thousand, you don't have to pay Social Security on that. Why are we allowing rich people to not pay into Social Security?
Why don't they have to? Is that what?
Your caller said it. Your caller said it. This is what do they call it? It's the age of the Gilded Age. This is exactly what we're trying to. This is what's going on. Yeah, that befools me. That if you make more than 186,000, and I got to look that up to be absolutely sure, but. So someone who makes $286,000 a year does not pay Social Security on that extra 100,000. Do you realize that we wouldn't have a Social Security problem if
everybody paid their fair share? Yeah.
If everybody paid their fair share.
Yeah.
So like someone like Elon Musk, he probably only had to have a minute or a megasecond before he paid all his Social Security. He doesn't pay Social Security on the rest of that money. If he's an American citizen, I don't really know what he is. But the point is, there's so many unfair classism policies in America that a lot of times we as black people, as we should, we're so concerned about race because that is something that you can see and there's discrimination. But really, America is a class. This is all classism. So your caller who said, this is all about getting rid of middle class, going back, this is about class, and they use race to divide it.
Wow. 317-480-1310, 317-480-1310. Our guest, Gigi Brown, DEI executive. The topic, Project 2025, and a whole lot of other stuff in between. Let's go back to the phone lines, Gigi. Obet, go ahead. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your guest, and everything she's saying is sounding good. But because, that's what I've always said, we need to not vote, not participate in their government because we are the sovereign of this land. So we should have our own government. And international law states that somebody that's occupying your land, they can't come in and force sovereignty on you. That's international law. That's human rights. That's rights of indigenous people. So they've already got it drawn out. What we should do, I agree that we should start building our communities while we're waiting on that to happen. But until we pull together, they are never going to relinquish control of us. Whether it's Democrat or Republican. Because the rich people they run the delegates, right? The rich people run the delegates, whether they are Democrats or Republicans. And I'm afraid that the only way we're going to realize that they are all one people is that the Democrats is going to get in and still do nothing for the indigenous people, which are so-called black people of this land, black and brown. So, that's what I'm afraid that's going to happen. But if we unite together, we can eliminate all of the trouble, all of the hassle that they're taking us through trying to play good cop, bad cop, Democrat, Republicans. That's confusion. That's how the government works. But if we say we don't want any part of your government, we do not consent, then they have to start building us back up or either declare, hey, we hate y'all. We are your enemies, and we're never going to build you up, Democrat or Republicans. Because that's the truth. They are never going to build us up because white supremacy run the world. And why would they relinquish power to us when they are afraid, like all the leaders said, they're afraid we're going to raise up and do the same thing to them that they did to us. So they're never going to treat you right, give you reparations until you say we don't play that game, vote no more. We're not voting for hope in the system. I'd like to know what you got to say about that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your call. Appreciate it.
Your caller makes.
So yeah, I wish I could have said more, but I'm just putting this out here. I know I've been saying the same thing over and over, so I'm just another attempt to reach out and show you the mindset of our leaders, which she's probably one that knows what we're saying as Israelites and sovereign people of this land, indigenous people. They know what we're saying is right. But as long as they're getting a paycheck from the system to just smooth everything out, get them to start having hope and trust in the system again so we can keep jurisdiction over them. They send little people in here. Greatness is measured in people by how big people treat little people. So they send little people in because why? They are little people because they are trying to get us to go back to sleep and trust in their white supremacist government who has this 2025 program that they all have looked at, and they know that according to international law, and human rights, and the rights of indigenous people, that these people should be locked up. Donald Trump and the Democrats, they should be locked up and put in jail because they've all violated their oath of office and took us away from common law, and they got us under a system of maritime law and Jim Crow laws again, Christian codes and all of that again, right? That's how they're dealing with us, because they should be dealing with us as the indigenous people of the land. But until we all come back, and it's happening, look on TikTok and YouTube, we are all coming to our senses. And Hosea said they're going to say, "You are the sons of the living God." Now somebody's going to twist their arm. You know it ain't going to be us because we don't have no power. But the Most High is going to twist their arm because they're not going to repent. They can't repent and say, okay, we're going to give you your stuff back, black, brown people, copper tone people, because we shouldn't have kept it nowhere. You know, we are accessories to the crime because we knew that we were holding stolen goods, and this system was built to hold on to stolen inheritance. So they are part of the crime. So if they do relinquish our government back to us, then we can charge all of them, those governors and presidents and everybody, for treason, right? Genocide, right? They can all stand charges, and they're going to lose their stronghold on the money, because the banks, they are frauds. The police force, they are frauds. This is a corporation that sinked down to illegal aliens when they violated their oath of office to protect us under the Constitution. They swore oath that they wouldn't harm us and they wouldn't force us to assimilate into their jurisdiction, right? Into their fake government. They swore an oath. So everybody that did anything against that common law, that was in government and did not restore us, redress us, well, they could have started with reparations. That would have helped them. But right now, everybody that was in office denied helping us. And until we see the Democrats again saying, we ain't going to give y'all nothing, we told you that. We ain't going to help y'all. Give you some crumbs, we'll let you give you abortion, let you delete your babies. We can let you go back to deleting your babies and give you $6 a day for food. When it's our stuff, I want to cuss, man. When I think about the violence that they're every day saying, we didn't do nothing, that was our forefathers. But you holding a violent system together and continuing to press the button to shock us. You're holding that system together if you're in government and you're doing nothing. Kamala Harris, I ain't doing nothing for them. Obama, well, I'm gonna do everything for everybody. Let's get the gays together first. White supremacists saying we don't think y'all should even eat. Republicans, we don't even think y'all. We don't care if y'all eat. Poison your water. You know what I mean? So when are we gonna wake up and stop listening to these radio hosts and talk shows and stuff? Listening to the people. He's executive for man. Don't nobody give a damn about them titles. They don't even give a damn about titles because what are they doing? They're detitling. They're taking the title, the strength and title and the respect from nurses. And nurses, the hospital and the doctors couldn't work. It's only one or two doctors in a hospital, and all those sick people. You'll run the doctors. Those doctors couldn't handle all those patients, man. And the nurses go in and diagnose you before the doctor get there. That's how that works. The nurses got to know something about pathologies and stuff. And axis. They have to know the symptoms so they can write it down and give it to the doctor. Man, come on. They validate you when they get ready to. So we don't need them validating us anymore. We are a whole nation. Let's see, did we listen to her all the way through? Yeah. She talked about how I don't know, maybe that's before I start recording. She talked about how we are, somebody said, the 36th nation country in spending power. And it's 120 something countries. She said 130 something. But it's 120 something countries, 25, and we come in 23rd out of 123rd countries. We're helping, we come in 23rd. So we're helping the United States because they don't pay taxes or nothing like that. She just told you they don't pay taxes. All of them making $200,000 or $300,000 a year, two families, they don't pay taxes. So it's the poor people that's running the country. And if they don't have us on board, then they're going to fall. The dollar bill, the value of the dollar is going to fall. So all praises to the Most High. I hope somebody, I like to get on and talk to some live people and hear what you guys, ideas you guys, because I know if we don't, we got to collect these ideas, what we need to do to start. The Israelite camps and stuff, a lot of the big camps, they grabbed their people up and told them, don't have nothing to do with the outside world. If they ain't in this camp, if you ain't in IUIC or ISUPK, then they're telling their people don't have nothing to do with it. It's that same apostolic cult again, man. Don't have nothing to do with nobody else, Don't even talk to your relatives. Don't go over there on Thanksgiving or nothing like that. Don't even dot their houses. Don't go near them, So how are we going to gather together when these idiots don't even know the meaning of being free? And that it's the same crickets. You hear the same crickets from these people. You go back and listen to the video. They mention nothing. I didn't even get it, but I didn't record it. I should have kept recording, but I was in my car. So I should have kept recording because they didn't mention anything, any response to what I said. No response to us leaving that government alone. That show you they're all being paid by the same pocketbook, man. Same person writing their checks. The Israelites and the Blassos that call themselves trying to convince us to vote again. Right? This is the same thing, man. The devil writing all their checks, man. The devil is writing their checks. That YouTube money and them personal checks that them executives is getting to come out here and convince us. Why would they even need a damn system if it wasn't to convince us to keep participating and not take on our sovereign identity again? But once we do that, we can enforce them. They either have to have a big race war or a big, I would say a civil war. They would have to nuke their own. They would have to nukes because them drones and stuff y'all find, man. We gonna hack into them drones, man, and send them back at you. Soon as y'all start dropping drones and bombs on us, the Most High is gonna take over and decombobulate all of your drone systems, satellites falling out the sky, airplanes. It's gonna hit you so hard, you're gonna say, what have we done? We're gonna have to fight these gods of the earth with boots on the ground, and there's no way we can beat them. It's already been proven. The Most High is fighting for them. We can't win. So that's what we waiting on right there. That's exactly what we waiting on. Didn't mean to hold you this long, but God bless you. Think about coming together. Only think about doing business creating businesses that will benefit your community when they take away all the other. We have to go to them for everything: lights, water, gas, food. When we got to go to them for everything. So think about it. Create a business that would benefit your community's survival, basic needs. The basic needs, right? Basic needs. Start a store. People don't have clean water filters to filter the dirty water. You can start selling those, And as we gather together doing that, we're going to also become a strong community of that $1.5 trillion we spend it. We can put it back in our communities and keep it in our communities longer, right? So just think about it, man. Think about it. The Most High will give you ideas. And just think, if you get a part of that $1.756 trillion we spend it, then we're going to come up overnight. We don't need their gold and money. Once we stop buying their products, they're going to fall. They need that $1 trillion. And why they giving your money away to foreign nations and stuff, your tax money. They taking your money, 35% of your paycheck, and giving it to foreign nations. Their allies, bringing them in here to steal your food stamps and your crumbs and scraps that they giving to you on the table. They didn't stop giving it to you. The indigenous people who the land belonged to, our inheritance, they take that and give it to everybody that hate us. So all praise to the Most High. I hope you guys, I hope the best for you. That's the reason I started this channel, and I hope our young people will wake up. Talking about the old people ain't saying nothing. Ain't nobody listening to the old people. Y'all think y'all know everything. And y'all gonna get caught off guard. I don't care if you got land for all your people. You just making yourself a sitting duck when you got land. They know where you at. You draw all your people on one spot. That's dumb. No military would do that. Would put all their people on one base. All your people that's with you, you're going to draw them to one land. You went and bought all that land, and now you're going to draw all your people there. You a sitting duck. That's the dumbest thing. Any military, you can tell they don't have no military training, no even thought. They don't even know how to think. They going to draw all the people on one base where you're easy target, sitting duck, one kaboom, and all of y'all purple people are gone. And what you think that's going to do? That's going to scatter the flock. You're senseless. You need to go back and stop thinking with your pocketbook and start thinking, this is the end of the world. What can we really do as soldiers? All praise to the Most High.